Hey everybody, Sean here. It is January the 16th. I talked about doing some videos actually showing meal prep. So I'm going to have a series of videos here that are going to be connected together showing today what I'm meal prepping and what I'm doing. So remember, we want to meal prep, we want to plan ahead, we want to make it good. And so I've got a couple of dishes I'm working on today. I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing, and then I'm actually show them as they cooked a couple of them and what I did with them. So hope you enjoy it. Hope the video goes great. If you got any questions, leave a comment. I'll actually talk about the recipes as I'm working on each one. So we'll keep going from here. All right, everybody, I'm back. So this is some of the stuff that I've got laid out. I've got some different vegetables and things going on. My rice is over there. I'm gonna do some cooking. So the first dish I did right now has red onions in it. It has zucchini in it. It has squash in it. It has some Italian seasoning on top of it. And then I've got pre-cooked sausage in there. Now, you can do this in a much smaller batch. I've said before, I have 6 kids, so I make bigger quantities of food. So all of this right here is a lot, which means I've got it in my giant roaster pan. I'm gonna cook this at 400 degrees. I'm gonna cook this for about 30 minutes. Now, if you want, you could make this same dish in the oven, cook it at 400 degrees for probably about 20 minutes and just wrap it in tin foil. But I'm gonna have to cook mine for 30. This is actually dinner tonight, and then it's gonna turn into meal prep for whatever's left. So this is meal one that I'm gonna do. In a minute, I'm gonna have another video. It's gonna talk about the chicken that I'm gonna cook. I've got 3 different things of chicken tenderloins. My kids wanted something different than breasts. Obviously, a little bit more expensive than buying the frozen chicken breasts. But I'm gonna do 3 different flavors. So what I did was I took some tin foil, I bunched it up, I put it in across it, and then when I lay my tin foil, it's actually gonna create grooves so I can cook 3 different flavors and not have them mix. So I'm gonna stop this video here. I'm gonna start moving on to the chicken part. And then I'm gonna make some rice. I actually have chicken broth in here, so I'm gonna cook it in chicken broth. So it's gonna have a really great flavor, gives that white rice or brown rice a little bit more flavor, which is something I think you want after a while. So, well, let's move on to the next part of this video. Alrighty. Okay, I'm back, here we go. Chicken has been seasoned, 3 different little boats. I got lemon pepper on the one side because that's what my one son loves. I've got some rosemary and herb. It's just a nice little, not pepper, not salt, just an extra little bit of flavor. I kind of like it. And then we're big Tony Cacciatore's seasoning. We love to go eat crawfish and everything else. So I've got these 3 different flavors. I'm about to throw them in the oven. My chicken broth is starting to get close to boiling. Gonna throw the rice in there, so when it all comes out, we'll take a look at it, and then I'll start packing some meals, and we'll kind of see what all this looks like together. All right. Hey everybody, Sean here. So my chicken's cooking, my rice is cooking. While that's cooking, I'm working out. So you're like, man, random video of a guy working out. That's what it is. So I'm gonna do some deadlifts. And then immediately after the 8, go into some push presses. And I would rest. Timer beeped, chicken's ready, time to move on. Y'all probably were like, what was that with the shirtless guy working out? That's what I do when I'm cooking. So I got time and I want to use that time for the most I can. So cooking's chicked, it's been temped, it is great to go. Remember, when you're cooking these, they can dry out real quick. You don't want that, so make sure you're watching that. Rice is still cooking. Got about at least another 8 minutes to go. And then I've already started laying out my containers and getting ready on the meal prep side. I'm gonna head back out to the gym in my garage continue working out, and then be back when the rice is done, ready to go, and we start plating these bad boys and girls up for food later this week. All right, in the words of Matthew McConaughey, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, it's time we're done. I have put the rice inside these. Now you're gonna notice the 4 up here, they only have half of a cup. Again, those are primarily ones that I'm gonna eat. Again, I'm watching my calories because I want to lose weight. Down here, these have, this one I've got to finish putting 1 more cup in, but these have 2 cups of rice. These are the ones that my son, who swims 2 hours a day, 4 days a week because he's in swim, are gonna eat, and he's gonna need a little extra carbs. I've got a little bit of chicken left over. I'm gonna eat for lunch. I'm gonna get me some rice for lunch. I've got a bowl full of veggies still left over. Great thing about meal prep, if you time it right, you can do it. Sorry for the shirtless episode. Yes, I do work out. I want to maximize that time that I have when I'm doing all this meal prep. But here were 2 simple to do ideas on that. So I'm going to finish up with the video in the garage, and then till tomorrow. Hey everybody, obviously it's me again. Finish up cooking. I got my shirt on. That might have came as a surprise. I don't do a lot of topless shoots, but maybe when I got the hot bod instead of the dad bod. But I do work out while I'm cooking meal prep if I can. It's time. I've got 20, 30 minutes, stuff's in the oven. I can put some work in. I'll work out a little bit later tonight, but I was doing some weights, moving the stuff. But meal prep. So meal prep, that's what today was about. Had some people that were just like, what does meal prep really look like? I mean, how do you do it? How much do I make? You know, all these different questions. So 2 simple recipes. The first one was real easy. Just go get you some squash, some zucchini, Brussels sprouts. Just pick some fruit that you like that'll do well in an oven and baking environments. A little bit of red onion for that flavor, the sweetness. If your kids don't like it or you don't like it, take one of those out. It doesn't matter. Put a little bit of olive oil on it, mix it up, added some seasoning, mixed it up, cut up 10 of those 12 sausages that were already pre-cooked, put them in there, wrapped it in tin foil. And tonight when it's time to eat, I'm gonna put it in the oven, set it for 30 minutes at 400, and it'll be good to go. If you want to cook it smaller, you can actually wrap it in just tin foil in a pot or in tin foil inside a pan, and it'll cook itself in about 20 minutes if you're just making 1 or 2 servings. I've got a little bit of Parmesan cheese. They like Parmesan cheese. They'll sprinkle on top afterwards. So you can even add a little extra flavor to it at the end. It's real simple, cleans up real easy, makes real easy, super, super easy. Key is it's easy. Next one I did was the chicken. Obviously, we all get tired of eating the same bland, chicken. Oh, I've got the same seasoning. So I have 3 different seasonings. Actually, I have more, but just 3 today. I made 3 little troughs. It's a great little trick if you got a big enough pan. I put them in there. I sprinkle the seasoning. You can go heavier, you can go lighter. My kids will come back later and they'll sprinkle the extra they want on it. I don't need a ton of seasoning. But then I do my rice. I already took a bite. It's really good. I mean, you eat rice a lot, you're like, oh, it's rice. What can I do to zest this up? And there's a lot of stuff you can. Simple ones, just cooking it in chicken broth. I got a few others. Maybe I'll show another video on that. But package it up. Now it's ready to go. Once all that cools off, I'll just put the lids on it. I'll start throwing them in the fridge. Put a little sticky note on it. Hey, this is yours. Hey, this is mine. And the kids are great and I'm great. So meal prep can be easy. All that cost was pretty cheap. The big one that's going to feed a family of 8, the pot, the first one, it ran me less than $30. It was probably less than 20. I'd have to look at my receipt, but I mean less than 20, and I'm actually going to have a couple extra meals out of that. The chicken one was obviously more expensive. That's, just chicken alone is going to run about $18, $19. There's not much I can do about that. But the chicken stock's nothing, and the rice I buy in bulk. So again, all that cost me less than 20 bucks. And that made, let me rephrase that. I did buy those bell peppers, so I'm right at about $21 after the bell peppers. But that was 8 meals that are packaged away, plus the one I'm going to eat today, 9 meals. I mean, it's hard to beat. And they're good, they taste great, and it helps you stay in shape. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Got any more questions, anything you want to see? Again, post it. I'm feeling good. I'm out of breath because I'm working out. I know, I'm always out of breath. But thanks for watching. Until tomorrow.